Good morning. If you feel like you are going crazy in a world that's gone mad, you are not alone. You're not alone, you all. The world truly has, or so it seems, some people, maybe a lot of people, they are going crazy because the world has gone mad. Now, see, I've been called that I was crazy because I thought, and because I put out there that perhaps that submarine, that Titanic sub, they can't find it. Perhaps they met some aliens underwater, some extraterrestrial inner Earth, like, I don't know, civilization, because we know there's life in the ocean. We know there's life in the ocean. And just to think that that could be it really is a high probability. If you think about Antarctica and all the talk about base under there, how Hitler had, he started building his base in Antarctica. And then you hear about all these other types of expeditions that have been there, and all these countries, they are got bases at Antarctica too. Why? And then we talk about the Atlantic Ocean, the Bermuda Triangle, the UFO crafts flying in and out of the water. Okay, it's not far-fetched. No, Gina, honey, you are not crazy if you think that perhaps that submarine went down there and maybe they had contact with somebody else, like Admiral Byrd going to the center of the earth and was supposed to have had contact with the leader of the inner earth. Remember, that's how the story goes. And well, I guess they thought he was crazy too, and perhaps maybe the commander or someone in charge during that time, because something happened to him, he just like disappeared. How could you be crazy if you think something like that? No, see, there's so much things going on in the world. There really is. And the world's been turned upside down, and people may feel like they're going crazy. They may feel like they're losing their mind because they cannot grasp how it came to this. How did all this madness take place? Good morning, everyone. Are you just tuning in? How did it take place? Dragonfly, Estelle, Soul Traveler. Yes. How did it take place, you all? We look around, we see people are losing it, and they really are losing it. They could be flying off the handle for no reason. People are getting upset. People are acting in strange ways. They are. And even, it's from the bottom and it keeps going up. The echelons of society. It is really from up here, from way up there at the top echelons, to going all the way down, you all. People are losing it. They're finding it very hard to maintain self-control. Hello. That's right. Funny boy. Yes. They're finding it really hard to maintain self-control, to look with, some wisdom. Use some wisdom when you're sitting there looking at what you're seeing going on in the world. You're going like that, thinking, okay, what just happened? Somebody got triggered. That's the key word. They got triggered. Triggered, and something came out of them, you all. Something came out of them and they lost their self-control. People aren't able to reason. They're not. It's hard to reason clearly in a world truly that has gone mad. It's gone mad, you all. It's crazy. Everything that's happening is, it's kind of crazy. And I don't really like to use that word at all, crazy, but I guess that's a way that you could describe going crazy in a world that's gone mad. And I don't mean it in that derogatory of a way. I mean it in a confusing like way. It's a confusion on a massive scale that I've never witnessed in my whole entire life. I really haven't. And I can make sense out of it. I really can. I can go deep within and then I can, you know, look out just like a lot of other people. But there are some who cannot see what's being done. They can't. They're reactionary people. When they see something and then it just comes out. Did we ever stop to think, did some ever stop to think that what is being put out there is meant to drive you crazy? Really, is meant to drive you crazy, is meant to push those buttons. It'd be like they've got a control and they got different colors, and every time you push a button, it brings about a different emotion, a different reaction in a human being. So just imagine when you see somebody get angry, everybody gets angry. Like one day there was a comments coming in, did you feel it? And then people were reporting people wanted to argue all of a sudden. There were so many comments coming in. Well, what if somebody has like pushed a button like this? Okay, it's time to make the people argue and get angry for no reason. Push, just like that. There could be very well, and I'm not just saying that, oh, I really do believe somebody's got some controls in their hands, and these different colored buttons are going to elicit a different type of response mechanism in a human being. And they're just going to lose it, and they're just going to appear as if they gone crazy. But really, what if somebody is like, boom, I think I want to turn that channel in their mind. Boom, let's turn it on an angry channel. And then, well, let's turn it on a love channel. Let's turn it on a forgetful channel. Oh, let's push this button. Let's give them some bodily pains, you all. Let's make this part of their body hurt. Bing. Oh no, we're tired of this person. Let's push this button. Boom, they're gone. Next. It's we're going crazy in a world that's gone mad, because it really is. Somebody or something has got controls in their hand, and they're pushing certain buttons, and people are feeling it. Oh, they're feeling it, you all. It's like when people woke up, they were perfect before they went to sleep. Okay, one night, and this is like last year. Excuse me. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Before you went to sleep, like me, I was perfectly fine. I had my mat on the floor. I love laying on that mat. And I was fine. Woke up the next morning. I felt like my knees got bent backwards. I could not put any pressure on my knees. My knees were swollen. I couldn't use my legs for anything. I had to use my hands to pull myself up. I woke up like that. And other people woke up with pains too. Just all of a sudden, because I think somebody said, well, I think I've got a button I want to push, and see how many people on the earth can get some swelling, and like, let's do this. And or when everybody woke up, not everybody, a lot of people woke up, their neck felt like they had whiplash like that. It really did. They couldn't turn their neck to the side. I woke up like that too one time. And I mentioned it in a video on the Facebook, just briefly, and then someone commented. And then I came to the YouTube, and then I mentioned it on the YouTube, and all these comments started coming in from all around the world. People waking up, and their neck is so stiff. Their back was hurting. It was the back, one of their shoulders were hurting. They couldn't like move their arm. You couldn't turn because somebody did this. They thought it was time to push that button. But it was worldwide. They got controls for the whole entire world, pushing buttons because they don't got nothing better to do. I think somebody got bored, and things like that. And really, when you see people getting really upset and stuff, and you see it's not just them, you're one shoulder lately, yes, it's not just them getting upset. It's a whole lot of people, and it's for no reason. It's for no reason. And some will say, well, I got a reason. But normally you would tune it out. You would kind of tune it out, perhaps, maybe. But your body pains, you're waking up and your shoulders hurting. It sent a lot of people to the doctor. Straight to the doctor. This one woman had x-rays and her shoulder was broken or dislocated. That's what happened. How? How on earth would that be possible with just a mere control, a push of a button? Well, to physically dislocate someone's shoulder or break their shoulder, by pushing a button, I don't think you could physically do that. This would have to be a physical attack. But where would the physical attack come from? Well, it quite possibly could have came from another dimension, another realm. And there are beings that can come in and out of other realms. They can do it. And they can physically do something to you. And you won't even remember it because they'll wipe your mind clean. They push this button. I think I'm going to push the button now. Let's wipe the minds clean of all the people who woke up with a stiff neck. Let's wipe them clean. And they won't have no memory. And they'll just be wondering, why is my neck stiff? Why is my shoulder? Why can't I move my shoulder? Why are my knees busted? Why do I got this massive headache? Push that button. Yeah, people going crazy and the world has gone mad. And it's very confusing. I mean crazy as a state of confusion. And the state of confusion, when a person is confused, they're going to be reactionary. They are, and they're going to probably act in ways that they normally would not act. And if you look at it, really look at it from, I don't know, human point of view, it's kind of sad, really. If you look at it from a spiritual point of view, it's really sad that it seems like people are in a state of confusion, and it's crazy. Like, some people may feel like they're losing their mind. It's true, you all. And they may feel as if, they can't control their temper. They're finding themselves, they're getting upset for no reason. And this is the case in a lot of cases. One minute they're fine, the next minute, boom, boom, they're really upset. And they can't really figure it out. But did you think that perhaps some button was pushed? They turned you on, like that. Turned you on. And then all of a sudden you get turned off. Just like that. The military does have those type of weapons. They do. They have them on their vehicles and stuff to where they can disperse a crowd of people. Well, that's with the ear-piercing frequencies. They get inside your head. And how many people have been having thoughts get inside their head? How many people have been hearing voices inside their head? You think, I'm going crazy. No, I really highly doubt that you're going crazy. I really doubt it. But it may feel crazy and it may feel confusing for you experiencing that, truly, you all. With that happening, but you're not. It's something much deeper, something much sinister taking place. We can say that there's some kind of sinister things happening in this world. We really can. And it's affecting people in really not too good of a way. It is, you all. And it's really hard. It's so hard to maintain the balance within, the peace within. It really is. You got to work at it. Some people, it comes natural. But even what comes natural, like for me to maintain the peace, it comes natural to me. I'm a calm person. I'm a reserved person. But there are things that trigger me. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I might get a little triggered, but I will suppress it. I'll say no. And I will reason within myself why it's happening. I'll be able to tell. And I'm thinking, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me to get myself so upset that my heart rate raises And I just don't feel good because that's energy. That's energy that gets in. If you've ever been around someone who gets upset, all of a sudden, you trying to sit there and you're trying to maintain your peace. You could be even in a grocery store and you can hear somebody have an outburst all of a sudden. And you think, where on earth did that come from? And you're trying your best to get out that door. You may even leave your stuff in a grocery cart if you're shopping. There's a lot of people who say they go into a store, whether a grocery store or a department store. As soon as they walk in there, they can feel a certain energy in there. And depending on how brave they are at that moment, they will rush through the store, get what they want, and get out. They won't even take time to look. But some, the further they get in the store thinking, okay, I can do this, they're realizing, I can't. I've got to get out of here because it's literally rattling them on the inside and they're out. Some people, the moment you walk in, you're going to turn around, you're going to walk right back out because of the energy. Energy is everything, you all. Absolutely everything. And we've got to keep that sacred place within us. You know, we got to protect ourselves, and because we're going crazy. It's a state of confusion, a constant state of confusion that will make you feel like you're going crazy because the world has gone mad. We've got wars popping up all over the place, and there are unidentifiable objects in the sky that defy logic. They defy logic. How is it possible? And you may be seeing things happening and thinking, how is this possible? How is this occurring? There's no way this could be occurring. There's no way I could be seeing what I'm seeing, especially among other humans, but there is a way. There is, and I hope I'm making sense. Gina, you ain't making no sense at all because, honey, don't you realize you done lost it a long time ago? That's okay. That's all right, you all. If I have to lose something in order to grow on the inside of me, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to grow in a good way, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to say, go ahead, take it. I didn't need it anyway because it didn't do me any good. That's what I would say, you all. It's all right. We need to be really alert and be aware of what is being done. There's a lot of information that is being put out there, a lot of visuals, because it gets your eyes, that is meant to get you. And sending of subliminal messages, that's like predictive, like programming and stuff. Subliminal programming is what it's like. And I think we got enough programming that's happened throughout our lives in schools and stuff like that. Certain narratives, certain channels. It's like when you ever see that video when people turn on a news channel, they're hearing these reporters saying it. They turned on another one. They're all parroting the same thing. It's all the same. Why? Because they want you to hear exactly the same thing. Remember when they first started? Hello there. That's right. Hello. You remember when perhaps you have been listening to, when you're in your vehicle and you listen to the radio, when that phrase, 3 things you need to know, it came out years ago, several years ago. I remember hearing it on the TV. I did. And then, I like to listen to K-Love and Air One and Way FM when I'm in the car, in the brief time that I'm in, little worship music and stuff. But when they would get on there, when I first heard them saying 3 things you need to know, I sat there to myself, now, all right, you are saying the same thing that the news channels are saying, the same phrase. It's all over the place, you all. It's all over the place. They'll give you, the media will cater to different likes, things that you like, different music you like to listen to. They'll cater to you, but yet they will get their message out. It does not matter. They will slip in their message. It doesn't matter what you listen to, what you watch, whether this is wholesome, this is pure. They can get that subliminal messages out to you. They can tell you 3 things that you need to know so that you will know it. And then before long, you will start saying, this is what you need to know. And then you'll start repeating the phrase, you need to do this, you need to do that. You will. It's programming, you all. That the human race can be programmed. It can, and they know it. We can all be programmed if they can take their controls and push and put the program in, type it in. Okay, we want this right here because we want the humans to act this way. We want them to think this way. We want them to speak this way. And even though they may hear something, we're gonna program them to what they hear. It's not really what they hear. We're gonna confuse them, and it's really something totally off the wall. They didn't hear what they think they hear. They can do that. If they can program us, we can deprogram us. Okay, we can. We can deprogram. We can break that matrix of programming down, but it really takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to deprogram a human being. It's like people who are caught in a cult, like let's just say a religious cult. You've been in people in there, and you know that you can be on the outside and you can look on the inside and you can see it's a form of control, rules and regulations, and they will walk that line right there. It's like this one individual. I'm not going to mention names. It was a young girl, very aspiring, very intelligent. Met this guy through the internet or something. Had a promising career, a future. Valedictorian. Met this older man on the internet, and he had himself a concubine. And do you know what? She allowed him to put a metal thing around her neck, a metal collar. And she was in the house with these other women. And when you're looking on the outside, you're thinking, oh my gosh, does this really take place? And how can someone be so naive and brainwashed? There are men who do that, and it was welded on her neck. And her family was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh. And then she had a baby. And the baby was neglected. When she would come visit the family, the baby was so skinny she wouldn't feed it or nothing. And when I heard that, it was just so heartbreaking. It was. But there's a good ending. Somehow, something clicked, perhaps a lot of prayers, and something clicked inside of this individual, this young lady, and she left that thing who enslaved her, got that thing off of her neck, and began to try to get her life back together with her baby that she had by this imp. An imp is a demon, imp of a man. And but it's all over the place, you all. It's all over the place. That's crazy. That is crazy, and it's pure evil. It is. She got out of that slavery literally stuck it on her neck. When I first heard about that, I thought, what? What? Well, I know what I would like to do to an individual like that. I know what a lot of women would like to do to an individual like that, and a lot of men would like to do to an individual that took advantage of someone else. Perhaps they may get what they deserve one day. See, who says something like that is all right, but yet that is allowed to go on. It's allowed. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going crazy in a world that's gone mad. And to me, it is really, it's wild. Gina, You should not have got up on that. That entered my mind. It's programming. It's programming. And you know, you see stuff like that in the movies. They program you through the movies that you watch. You being programmed. And the music that you listen to. So it's really good to be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little feet, where you go. Be careful, little hands, what you do. That's right. 'Cause the Father up above is looking down with love. So be careful what you do, what your eyes see, your mouth speaks, what your ear hears. If at all possible, you all, tune that stuff out. Get you some love, get some positive things pouring inside of you, because the more we consume things like that, just think about, okay, say that I am a being of love, okay, and I want to have nothing but love in my being, and I want to guard my heart. But what if something happens and I think, well, I don't need these guards anymore. I'm going to open it up. And I think I'm going to start watching some things that aren't really a love frequency thing, a good thing for me to watch. Suppose I want to start watching a lot of violent movies, some stabbings and some killings, and a lot of super, super, super inappropriate things, a lot of going around beating up on people, violence, sex, and drugs. Suppose I want to do that, or watch really angry people all the time. But yet, so I start consuming that, and that love on the inside of me, it's like putting trash. It's like putting trash inside of me and making a dump inside of my heart. Do you think I'm going to do that? Absolutely not. I'm not going to put that trash in me. I'm not going to let my eyes even consume it. Because why? Because I got a guard around my heart. I do. And I've got love. It is the most sacred thing that I have on the inside of me. Love. And I'm not going to allow this world out there, because it's evil. I'm not going to allow them to put trash inside of me, make my heart a dump where filth comes out of me, nothing but filth. And I am no longer serving my purpose here on earth. I would rather die. You see me? Oh, I mean it. I would rather die on the inside of me before I allow anything like that to come in and pollute the most sacred part of me, my love. I hope if you've got love, you're guarding your heart too. Take me out of here, because I would no longer am worthy to even be on this earth. If I claim to be a being of light and that happens to me, God knows my heart. Take me out, because I failed my mission. That's what I mean. I've got to go.